Welcome to our new studio. We should be coming to you in HD, unless of course you're watching via Facebook, then we're coming in despite risk of obscure copyright infringement. Apparently Facebook isn't sure if my ownership of myself is legit. I guess you're looking out for my own best interest, in case I'm taking advantage of myself. Anyway, so as this is our first episode, we're going to do something special and apologize in advance for the next several minutes. We're really sorry, and we mean it. Every week we'll be here on the internet waiting for your validation and talking about things that are important to like three really cynical people. So if something really interesting or important happens, go watch a video that talks about that. I would tell you should watch this show, but I don't know why. Well, since we're here and all, let's start with the news in this just in last week. Apparently Tim Tebow being cut from the roster of the New England Patriots and coincides with God himself unfriending him on Facebook. It appears God sent Tebow a private message pleading with him to move to tight end in order to remain in the NFL. Tebow replied with, God, did Satan hack your account? A few minutes later, God posted the following on his wall. If you doubt that the Lord on high doesn't have extensive network protection from hackers who follow the Lord of darkness, then obviously you forgot who really created McAfee software protection. Bill Belichick, head coach of the Patriots, called Tebow and told him he was cut minutes later. The Obama administration made a logical decision, which caused widespread panic on Capitol Hill. Last week, President Obama announced that he, in fact, did want to respond to chemical weapons used during the civil war in Syria, but would seek congressional approval to do so. The first reaction from Congress was, and I quote, "What?" This marks the first time in possibly decades that a president sought the approval of Congress in order to engage in military action, a rarity despite the idea that the Constitution seems pretty clear on the matter. Rather than force the issue and use semantics to justify his actions, like the last three sitting presidents, Obama went by the book. The logic of this action caught many top GOP officials off guard, as they had forgotten what actual logic looked like. Despite the proclamation that while Obama was president, every day would be opposite day, the top GOP congressional leaders had decided to back the president because, as John Boehner put it, oh come on, no one is that stupid. Efforts to reach Michelle Bachmann have been unsuccessful so far amid rumors that her head exploded 36 hours ago. Speaking of head explosions, early reports last week were that 1 million sweaty comic book nerds spontaneously combusted upon hearing that Ben Affleck will be playing Batman opposite Henry Cavill in the next Superman film. The good news is, it has been confirmed by Warner Brothers that Affleck will in fact be playing Batman. Unfortunately, 1 million nerds did not in fact die horribly. They just cried about it. For like 3 days. As if something truly horrible actually happened. You know, like a chemical weapon attack in a small country and during a brutal civil war. So we can all look forward to extremely long lines and the ridiculously liberal use of Axe body spray at next year's San Diego Comic-Con. So it appears that the public's devotion to social media and instant gratification has permanently affected their short-term memories, as two rather recent events in music have been treated as firsts. A few weeks ago, rapper Kendrick Lamar made it abundantly clear that he felt he was the best rapper of them all. Judging from the online reaction from around the hip-hop community, this was a first. Until Lamar changed the game, hip-hop music was best known for humble songs about self-deprecation and of course nuclear families and respect for women. One Facebook poster, when informed that Lamar wasn't the first to do this, simply replied, he was the first to do it in 2013. We're still working day and night to figure out why that even matters. More recently, Miley Cyrus went on the MTV Music Awards and did her best impersonation of Madonna. Unfortunately, it's become apparent that 98% of social media users have no idea who Madonna is. Cyrus's racy and completely unoriginal performance overshadowed the more pressing concern coming from this show. Like, what does the M in MTV stand for? And they still make music videos? While this question went ignored, Cyrus shocked the world again by admitting that she, a young, rich, privileged musician, has tried drugs. I know, I never saw that coming either, but apparently Jamie Foxx did. Okay folks, that's my time. Hope you had fun. See you next week, where our guest will be the ghost of Joseph Stalin. He's going to weigh in on the issue of twerking and give us his prediction on who he thinks will win the 1986 World Series. Plus our musical guests, two guys who pretend to be Daft Punk at parties. Wait, what?